Hello folks. So in this video I'm going to cover virtual machines. So we'll be spinning up a virtual machine from scratch, and then once this virtual machine is spinned up, we will be executing certain commands on that virtual machine. Okay, so let's get started. So on the left hand side you can see there are a lot of options, and one of the option is virtual machines. So click on virtual machines. It will take a little bit time. Okay, so now you can see a virtual machine window. Click on add to add a new virtual machine. Basically, in order to create a new virtual machine, you need to click on add button. Okay, and alternatively, you can click here as well, create virtual machine button. So you can see that some processing is going on here, and it will provide you some parameters or the values which you need to provide in order to get this uh, virtual machine spinned up. All right, so you can see that these are the options. So first of all, so it is loading the subscription details right now. Okay, so here are the subscription details. Now next, since I don't have any existing resource group, so I will create a resource group. Okay, so resource group is nothing but it is a logical uh, logical consolidation of different resources which are required for particular application. So it's a you can combine different resources in a single resource. For example, storage, uh, or virtual machines, virtual private networks, any web app or logic app or functions. So you can consolidate all these resources together in a logical manner, and this particular resource group will depict one particular application. Okay, on which you are working, let us say. All right, so it is a logical consolidation of different resources. So let's give a name for my resource group. So let us say if I want to give a name like app resources. Okay, so this will be my name of my subscription, and this will be unique. This resource group will be unique to my account. Let's click on OK. All right, so then you can give a virtual machine name. So for example, you can give app VM. Okay, so this is the name. Then you can mention the region name. So region name, let us say I want to give Central US. Okay, here you will be provided with availability zone and availability set options as well, but I'm not going to cover these right now. Okay, then in the image section you can see that there are several images. There is a Ubuntu server, there is a Linux, CentOS, or Windows operating system. As a matter of fact, Windows 10 as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select Ubuntu server. Okay, and then you can see the size is taken here as a standard D2, but we can change the size here. All right, so let me change the size. So when it comes to size, there are a lot of options given by Azure in terms of size. So if you are building a very heavy application, then you can uh, include a CPU which has large cores. Okay, so you can see that there are certain filters available here, right? And you can see the CPU number. So CPU 1, the RAM is 2 GB data. So I'm talking about B1MS. So B1MS, if you select B1MS, The number of CPUs are 1, RAM is 2 GB, data disks are 2, and maximum input output operations are 800. Okay, and temporary storage is 4 GB. And you can see the cost per month is $18.60. So I'm going to select this one, B1S. Okay, which has only 1 GB of RAM. So let me select this. Okay, so select. All right, so the size details are changed here now. I will provide uh, authentication by using password, so I can create a username. Let us say um, AI enable. Okay, and the password, some any password you want to choose. Okay, you need to basically follow all the instructions. So it is asking us to basically create a password which will suffice all these requirements. Okay, and then you will be given option to log in with Azure Active Directory, which I'm not going to choose because I don't have any Azure Active Directory account. All right, so keep it off. Inbound port, right now it is none selected. So public inbound ports are how can you basically access this virtual machine from outside. So you can see the description as well. So by default, access to the virtual machine is restricted to the sources in the same virtual network and traffic from Azure load balancing solution. All right, and select none to confirm or choose allow traffic from public internet to use. So if you want to allow traffic from outside the world, then you can just click on allow selected ports. Okay, otherwise you can choose none as well. So you can see if you click on allow selected ports, you will be given options like HTTP, which is port 80, HTTPS, which is 443. So if you are selecting these two options, that means you are actually providing access to the outside world. So any person like me or you can access this virtual machine from uh, outside this environment. Okay, so SSH is Linux port 22. RDP is a remote desktop protocol. So you can select that as well. Okay, let me select SSH as well. Okay, so you can see the message. These ports will be exposed to the internet. All right. So next, click on next then. Okay, now here you can see the operating system disk size. The default is 30 GB. All right, and you can increase this particular uh, size according to your needs, right? Disk space, disk type, premium SSD, standard SSD, etc. All right, so you can choose according to your needs. All right, so next there are certain advanced options as well. If you want to choose any advanced option, you can basically if you want to use any managed disk, you can click on yes, otherwise no. Let's go on next tab, which is networking. So in networking, you can see the virtual network details as well, right? If you are basically, if you want to create any new, you can create any virtual network from here. Subnet is given here, right? Public IP is some app VM-IP. Okay, so these are some of the details. And in case you want to change your port details here, you are given option again to change from here. Okay, network security group. Basic, I have selected basic here by default. Public inbound port, allow selected port, which I already told you, correct? And any load balancing if you want to do. So place this virtual machine behind an existing load balancing solution. No, I don't want that. Uh, okay, because this is just for tutorial purpose. So in case you build a real life application wherein during holiday season, let us say the traffic is more, so you will be including this virtual machine behind the load balancing. Okay, so additional virtual machines can be spinned up if there is a lot of load on your system. So that kind of load balancing is done if you choose the option yes here. Let's click on management. So in case if you want to perform certain diagnostic, you can keep this option on for monitoring. So this is just for diagnostic purpose only. Okay, so you can keep that option on. OS guest diagnostic is kept as off, and diagnostic storage account is this is the new one which it has created by its own. Okay, so identity, so assign managed identity off. So if you want to perform some, if you want to include any role-based access controls to be enabled for this particular virtual machine, then you can keep this option on. Okay, and auto shutdown is nothing but after, let us say, if after 5 p.m. on every day you want to shut down this particular virtual machine, then you can uh, keep this option on. Okay, so you can see the shutdown time and time zone details here. Similarly, for identity access, so identity access, if you are keeping on, then you can just enable any role-based access controls here. So I'm keeping it off. Backup is nothing but if you want to enable any backup uh, associated with this virtual machine. So let us say if you are having certain important files stored on this virtual machine, then you can and which you are actually updating on regularly basis, then you can keep this backup option on, so that on a periodic basis your virtual machine's backup can be taken up. Okay, so you can keep that option on if you would like. Here I'm keeping it. Let's go to another tab. Okay, so this cloud init and extension are some of the details which you can provide according to your need. I don't require it, so I won't be providing any details here. So let's go to tags. So in the tags, let us say if I'm creating this virtual machine for, let us say, testing environment. So environment, that's okay, and the values, let us say testing. So let us say if I'm creating this virtual machine for testing environment, so I can just tag it so that you can basically identify it for which particular environment this virtual machine is associated. So tags are required for that purpose to uniquely identify your virtual machines. Next, click on review and create. All right. So now you can see that there are pricing details provided for this particular virtual machine. All right. So it's zero point 0.01 US dollars per hour. Okay. And this particular amount can increase or decrease based on your VM size. Okay. So you can review your details related to your virtual machine here. Okay. So now we have reviewed it. So let's click on create button. So once this particular virtual machine is successfully spinned up, you will see a message here. So right now it is saying, and you will see this everything in real time. So you can see that currently deployment is in progress, and the status keep on changing based on where this particular virtual machine, in which state it is in right now. Okay, so accordingly the status will change. Here you can see everything in real time, what exactly is happening, right? So status is changing here. You can see the status here. Then you can click on go to resources because the deployment is successful. So you can see the details here now, right? And this is the public IP for your virtual machine. Okay, and you can connect to your virtual machine if you click on connect button. And then you can log into your VM using local account. Okay, so RDP is this. You can see the port number for RDP, and the IP address is this, and for SSH this is the IP. Okay, and the port number is 22, and login using VM local account, which is this one. Okay, so if you click on copy, okay, you can just basically click the account details here. So you created your password as well. So once you provide your user ID and password, you can enter inside your virtual environment. So guys, I'm stopping the video right here. We'll see the next step in the upcoming video. So keep on watching and hit like button and subscribe as well if in case you like this video. So thank you, keep on watching.